right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. And I want to share with you a story. Growing up in my childhood, and I think I've told this story before, but I think I'm going to tell it from a different perspective. And, I used to have a speech impediment, or stutter. I think I still have it now, but I'm just more aware of it. And when I feel myself reaching that point, I breathe, calm down, think of a different word to say so I don't sound crazy and get stuck with the T's and the B's and the C's and so forth. That's one part. Now, you can imagine that, in my neighborhood, growing up in Harlem, there was no acts of kindness and saying like, okay, this kid has an issue, or a condition, so let's be gentle on him. Oh, no. You are the subject of every joke from everybody on the block. And let me tell you, it would hurt, right? That also goes along with the story of, some of my childhood friends that would tease me because my clothes were just old and shabby and I didn't look as cool as everybody else. And it hurt. Now, in mentioning those two things, here's what happened. For one, by some form of a miracle, by the fourth grade, I wound up getting invited to learn how to do public speaking in the fourth grade for an organization. And, public speaking sort of forces you, or my teacher taught me, how to enunciate and take my time and say words properly so that I wouldn't look crazy when I'm standing up in front of the crowd, as well as how to organize my thoughts, right? And I think one of the reasons that I gravitated toward that is just so that people wouldn't make fun of me. I just hated the fact of when I would speak and if I started to stutter, everyone would laugh at me. So looking back, I think I used that as a tool to basically get cooler, so that I didn't have to be ostracized and look different from everyone else because of that pain. That pain forced me to do something, and it took me to a place that I never wanted to go back to because it just hurt so much. The same thing with clothes and taking pride in my appearance. Very rarely, if you'd ever catch me on a bad day, I like to keep my stuff together. I keep my stuff neat. I'm not like crazy with creases and designers and all that. No. I just like to keep myself presentable at all times. Shaved or trimmed and groomed properly and smelling good and, just general guy stuff, like making yourself stay on point, And again, it all stemmed from being teased as a child and how much it hurt. Now, in addition to that, being teased and then learning how to speak and taking pride in my appearance, my snap game was on point because I knew that I couldn't physically fight everybody, but I knew that I could turn my tongue into a lethal weapon. And this can go either way. This tongue can be used, this sounds like a pause moment in so many different ways, right? This tongue can be used as a tool to uplift, or I can cut you down to size in a matter of seconds just because it comes from a place of being hurt. And when I couldn't physically fight people, I knew that I could fight back with words. So I had to be quick on my feet and think about things and just be real swift and come up with something that can just cut you just as quick as you could dish it out, to the point to where you knew don't mess with danger. When it came to them snaps and messing around, by the time I reached junior high school, you want to fight me because you're not going to beat me in that game. And that all stemmed from being hurt so much as a child. And that just goes along the line of saying, what pain have you been through that forced you to take an action and do something different? how has that pain made you better? Or did the pain break you down? Right? If you look at, and this is, I've been to certain classes, executive education, and Ivy League schools, and they have studies on this stuff. I'm not a professor, so I'm getting into all that. But there's studies that have been done to say people who come from distraught, broken, painful backgrounds are those who usually thrive in life and become super achievers because they don't want to go back to that place of pain. So what pain have you used as a tool to elevate you? Love to hear in the comments. Want to hear your stories. Like, subscribe, share. I'm still struggling to reach episode number 52. I don't want to put a number on it, but I'm slowly getting there. New website coming, tomdanger.com, so you can check out some of the material that we've put out over the years. More episodes coming on Tommy and Grace. And if there are particular subjects that you would like for us to talk about, or particular people that you would like for us to interview, just leave it in the comments. You can hit me directly on Twitter, at Tom Danger. Next week we're going to talk about laughter and how it's good for you. And this has been Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.